I'm Tommie Lee, and this is the Scam of the Week. Jan Diaz, the president and CEO of Your Better Business Bureau serving Northern Indiana, on with us once again. Jan, great to have you back with us today.
Yeah, good morning, Tommie. It's always a pleasure to be here.
What are we talking about this week?
So today we're going to talk about tech support scams, and this is where a scammer will try to gain remote access to your computer. So these scams usually start in one of two ways. You'll receive a pop-up warning on your computer telling you there's a serious issue with your computer and the message is urgent and you need to call tech support immediately. And conveniently, there's a phone number listed for you to call. And then the second way is you receive a call from someone claiming to be from tech support for a well-known company like Microsoft or Comcast or Dell.
And let me guess, this tech support is not really calling to help at all, right?
Not at all. So their goal is to create a sense of urgency or panic. So they'll say things like, your computer is sending error messages, or we've detected a virus on your system, or maybe even your computer is about to crash and you could lose all your files.
That would definitely make somebody panic, especially if they're not very tech savvy. So what happens next?
So the scammer will often offer to fix the problem, but they need to access your computer remotely. So they'll guide you through steps, allowing them to access your computer. They'll run a fake scan. It all looks official, and then they'll offer to fix the issue, but for a fee. And in reality, there is not an issue. You don't have an issue with your computer. But once they gain access, they can do a lot more damage than just stealing your money. So they can install malware that tracks everything you do, every click and every website you go to. The malware can also scan your files for passwords, get your banking details, and also your personal information. And so the scammers want to capture this information. They want to steal your identity, and that's the goal.
So you not only lose money, but you could also lose control of all of your personal data?
Exactly. And here's where it gets even worse. Scammers are not only calling and pretending to be from a company, sometimes the scammers themselves are posting fake tech support numbers online for companies like Microsoft, Amazon, and Netflix.
Oh, man. So how does that happen?
Yeah, so they do it by creating a fake website, or they'll pay for an ad to show up at the top of a search result. So these pages look official. They have logos and language that mimic real companies. So when someone searches for a support number, they might click on one of these fake links without realizing it's a scam. So the scammers are hoping you'll call the number and hand over personal information or give them access to your device. So if you're searching for a tech support number, you could end up calling a scammer without even realizing it. And the scammers are trained to pick up the phone, sound professional, and follow a very convincing script in order to gain your trust. So once they have your trust, you're more likely to give them remote access or your credit card information and really anything that they ask for. And a lot of people are willingly handing over this information if they believe that they're talking with a real company.
That is terrifying, Jan. So whether they call you or you call them, the end result is the same. They're going to get access to your money and your personal data.
Yes, and unfortunately, this happens more often than people realize.
So now we know how these scams work, but how do people spot the warning signs before it's too late?
Well, never give control of your computer to a third party unless you have initiated contact with a trusted company, and don't give anyone remote access to your device. So as I mentioned, these scammers rely on fear tactics. They try to create a sense of urgency to pressure you into handing over control of your device, and just don't give them control of your device. Anyone who uses scare tactics to pressure you into giving them access to your computer is a serious warning sign, and that's a scam.
So in other words, somebody calls out of the blue saying your computer is infected, you should just hang up.
Absolutely. Hang up and just know that a real tech support company is not going to call you out of the blue. A real company doesn't make unsolicited phone calls. And one of the biggest warning signs is receiving a call from someone claiming to be from Microsoft or Norton or any other big name when you haven't reached out for help. And so you can't trust your caller ID either because scammers can spoof official looking phone numbers. So you need to be cautious with that as well.
Absolutely. And what about those scary pop-up warnings that'll come up now and then saying your computer is infected?
Yes, just ignore them. So our research shows that nearly half of all tech support scams start with a pop-up alert. And it's those little pop-up boxes that look official. They have a phone number of where to call for help. But instead of calling or clicking any links, disconnect your computer or device from the internet, restart your device, run an antivirus scan. And if you don't know how to run that virus scan, you can go to Google on how to run an antivirus scan.
And what about the people that search online for tech support numbers?
Yeah, they just need to be very cautious. So scammers will pay for ads that look like they're real, but the fake tech support that they're offering will actually lead you to a fraudulent website. So the rule of thumb is to stick to companies you know and trust by just going to their official website online.
And also, be on the lookout when you're doing something in a search engine. Sometimes the first few entries are going to say advertisement or paid promotion or something on it. That's another danger sign that this might not exactly be what you think it is.
Yeah, you got it, Tommie. I mean, we're asking everyone to trust their instincts. And if something feels off, take the time to verify it before taking any action.
And once again, what should people do if they fall for this scam or think that they've been targeted?
So if you've given payment or banking details, contact your bank immediately. They may be able to reverse the charge or put a hold on your account to prevent further fraud.
And what if the scammer got access to their device?
Yes. So disconnect your computer from the internet immediately and take your device to a trusted professional IT company. You can check one out at bbb.org by doing a search on IT companies. And you can also check for malware or spyware through this tech company. They'll look to make sure that the scammer has not installed any of this stuff on your device. And then also make sure to change your passwords and update your logins for your bank accounts, email, social media, change everything. And especially the websites containing personal information.
And once again, where should people report the scam?
Yeah, so they can file a report with BBB Scam Tracker at bbb.org/scam tracker. And we also recommend that you report it to the FTC at reportfraud.ftc.gov. And if you've lost money, contact your bank and your credit card company and also report it to local law enforcement because you'll want to make them aware so that they can get involved.
Great advice as always, Jan. We appreciate you. The faster somebody takes action, the better chance you have for protecting yourself and helping others avoid the same scam. Like we say every week, we got to have each other's backs.
Exactly, Tommie.
All right. Jan Diaz from the Better Business Bureau for Northern Indiana. Always a pleasure. We will talk again soon on the Scam of the Week.
Sounds good. Thanks, Tommie.
Podcasts by Federated Media.